What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. This is WWE Off The Script. This is episode number 21. We're on 21 already. Time flies when you're having fun. This is part number 3 for your week ending July 13th, 2014 for your Sunday afternoon. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. I'm not. I'm working. I'm going to be working 7 days until I have my next day off, which is on Wednesday. But I'll fill you guys in on what's coming up next week. I got my Monday Night Raw review. I think I'm going to be doing it after the show goes off the air this weekend because my girlfriend's not going to be around. She's going to Washington, D.C. for business, for work. They're sending her out there. She's taking the train. So she's going to be gone Monday through Friday. Usually I spend the night over her place and watch Raw and do what I got to do the next day. But I'm going to be home by myself again in the comfort of my own apartment. I'll probably be doing a Monday Night Raw review immediately for you guys following the show, so you don't have to wait till I get out of work on Tuesday, because I am scheduled to work on Tuesday. But speaking of work, and I'm going to go on a little bit of, just talk to you guys for a little bit before I get into the news, because I don't really have that much. I feel exhausted. I don't know if you guys see it in my face, but I'm dead fucking tired. I'm absolutely fucking drained. The train ride from Brooklyn to the Bronx is an absolute fucking nightmare. It's always crowded. Too many fucking people. Babies screaming. Inconsiderate motherfuckers just bumping into you, and you can't get a seat for an hour-and-a-half train ride. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Your feet are killing you. On top of that, it's humid and sticky and muggy outside with the heat and humidity. It's not for me. That's why I can't wait for this grand opening to move into my new store, which they're training me for, which is literally about an 8-minute drive from me up the highway here. And I'm going to give this a month. Right now I don't think it's right for me. I don't see myself being in this for the long term right now at this juncture of all junctures. But I'm going to give myself a month, and if I don't, see this going anywhere, if it's not what I expected it to be, then I'm going to be looking for new work. But right now they're training me extensively. I got to be up at 5:30. Yesterday I felt okay recording off the script. Today it's about 7 o'clock, and I'm fucking exhausted. My eyes, I could just feel it in my eyes. My eyes are heavy, and my girlfriend wants to go out to TGI Fridays, so we're going to go take a drive up to the Palisades Mall, which is about a half an hour drive from where I'm living, and we're just going to go hang out at the mall, go eat, have some dinner, and just, just hang out, whatever. But before I do that, obviously off the script, thank you guys so much for checking out Off the Script this weekend. Parts 1 and 2 did phenomenal views, great ratings. Thank you guys so much for, checking out my WWE content. I want to bring it up through the ranks, and this is what I want to do. I look forward to this every day, whether I'm not home or whether I'm at work or whatever I'm doing. I look forward to coming on here and talking to you guys about what I love and what I'm passionate about. This gives me peace. This gives me comfort, and I love doing this for you guys. So thank you guys so much for checking out my shit. It means the world to me. It's greatly appreciated, and thank you for supporting this weekend's Off the Script. It's doing great numbers, and I hope that continues. But if you did miss Off the Script parts 1 and 2, links are right down below. Go check that shit out in the description. Talk about Roman Reigns. Is CM Punk returning to the WWE now that his wife, AJ Lee, is now the Divas Champion? Some of you guys actually asked me in part 2, you thought CM Punk was dating Lita. He is not dating Lita. They haven't dated for quite some time. He is indeed married to CM Punk. He married to CM Punk. He is indeed married to AJ Lee. I told you I was fucking tired. CM Punk is married to AJ Lee, so he is not associated with Lita romantically anymore. If you guys missed Chair Shot Reality, WrestleZone.com. Full support for those guys over there. I love them very much. Labar, Eisenberg, and Ghoulish. Go check that out. They got a nice social media Saturday episode where they answer fan-related questions from Facebook and Twitter. They got a big weekend planned over there. They talk about, the hottest storyline or the most interesting storyline in the WWE right now. That was probably my favorite segment of the 2 days so far. So go check that out. Great discussion topic. Labar, Eisenberg, and Ghoulish, Chairshot Reality, WrestleZone.com. Their homepage is down below. Go and check them out and tell them JD sent you. So, what do I got in store for you guys for part 3? Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle has been a huge name mentioned to me all over my WWE videos for years now. Ever since I've been doing this for the last year and a half. Everybody's asking me, JD, do you see Kurt Angle coming back? What's going on with Kurt Angle? Jeff Hardy's another one. JD, do you see Jeff Hardy coming back to the WWE? When is his contract up? Jeff Hardy's contract's up in February 2015. I don't know what he's doing over in TNA. I don't watch TNA. I don't give a shit about TNA. Kurt Angle, on the other hand, is one man who downright is probably one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I love Kurt Angle's work. I love the character that Kurt Angle is. I love what he portrays inside the squared circle. Many of my favorite matches of all time, some of them, actually a lot of them, more than a handful of them, contain Kurt Angle in that match. I love his feuds with The Undertaker. I love his feuds with, I love his match with Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, obviously. His matches with Eddie Guerrero. You name it, he stepped into the ring with anybody, and it was a must-see classic. That's how it was. And Kurt Angle was on Jim Ross's podcast this week, this Tuesday, okay? And he asked him, it was only an hour interview. They got part 2 coming up on Tuesday. I can't wait for it. The main focus point there was Jim Ross getting down, right down to the nitty-gritty, wanting to know, listen, your contract's up. What's going on? So Jim Ross asked Kurt Angle, and they talked, and he's feeling great. He's sober. He's getting ACL surgery, so he's going to try and rehab for that, coming back from that, recuperating from that. Ross asked him about his TNA deal, and Kurt revealed that it expires on September 21. He says he considered staying and was offered a multi-year deal. He also said that his next contract will be his last, and that's where he will retire. That's all I needed to hear to understand where Kurt Angle's mind is, where his decision is going to be, or what his decision is going to be. If he's stating to Jim Ross that his next contract will be his last, and that where he goes next after this, he's done, he's retiring, because he's 45 years old, okay? He's banged up. He'll never be 100% again, which he discussed as well. Just by those two facts, that his next contract is last, and he will retire wherever he goes next. This is it. It's done. He's going back to the WWE. There's no doubt in my mind Kurt Angle wants to retire in the WWE. There's no doubt in my mind Kurt Angle wants to be in the WWE Hall of Fame. There's no doubt in my mind Kurt Angle wants to work with the likes of Daniel Bryan, John Cena, Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Cesaro. There's no doubt in my mind he wants that type of competition again. There's no doubt in my mind that Kurt Angle wants to be on that main stage again in front of millions of people every week on Monday Night Raw, in front of millions of people on the WWE Network watching the pay-per-views. There's no doubt in my mind that Kurt Angle wants his last match to be at WrestleMania, whatever WrestleMania he plans to retire at, 31, 32, whatever. But Kurt Angle did say that if he is willing to return to the WWE, it will not be under a full-time schedule. That's not what is in the cards right now. Kurt Angle will never, ever wrestle full-time for the WWE. It will be on a part-time basis, which is the best thing for his health. Okay, he can't physically do it anymore after years and years of abuse. He'll never be 100% again. But he said he will be close to 100% if he has a part-time schedule and he can train and get ready mentally and physically for whatever they need him for. Okay? Kurt Angle will be back in the WWE. It's not official. Like I said, his contract's up September 21st. He will be back in the WWE. Ross asked him if it was safe to say he may or may not stay with TNA. Kurt said that he's talking or he's taking the time to think about things, and that staying with TNA is not in any way a lock. They also talked about Sting. Sting had a lot of good things to say in regards to TNA and his deal with TNA. Kurt said that he heard that Sting was given an offer and he did not like it. Thus, he did not accept TNA's offer. They talked about UFC. Kurt doesn't keep up with it as much as he used to. He talked about the 2 times he talked with UFC and Dana White about fighting for them. Kurt was said that he was offered $150,000 a year by Dana White, and he would have been the highest paid guy on the card. There was a second offer years later, and that one was to be on The Ultimate Fighter with Kimbo Slice. Now, let me know what you guys think about Kurt Angle returning to the WWE. It's inevitable. It is inevitable Kurt Angle will be back in the WWE. It is inevitable Kurt Angle will be back at WrestleMania. I'm hoping it will be WrestleMania 31. That would be amazing. It would be phenomenal. It would be fantastic. Okay? I do see Kurt Angle making his WWE re-debut at the Royal Rumble. I love to see debuts like that at the Royal Rumble. I love to be shocked. I love to be sitting down in my living room on my couch waiting for that buzzer to go off, and all you hear is fucking Kurt Angle's music go off. I want to see that. I want Kurt Angle to go into WrestleMania and feud with Daniel Bryan. A feud with Daniel Bryan from the moment he leaves the Royal Rumble up until WrestleMania would be absolutely a dream match that everyone would fucking be on their hands and knees just fucking watching these two technicians go at it. I would love to see it. It doesn't even need a fucking complicated storyline behind it. Daniel Bryan is arguably the best in-ring performer the WWE has, from top to bottom. Kurt Angle is obviously one of the greatest in-ring performers ever. You don't need a complicated storyline. Kurt is back. Why? Because he wants the best competition to go out with. Daniel Bryan is at the top of that list. I came back to the WWE because this is where my home is. I have one more run in me, and I want nobody but the best thrown at me. That's when he points to Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan, I want you. I want us under the stars and the lights at WrestleMania 31. I want to showcase why I am the Olympic gold medalist, why I am one of the greatest of all time, and I want to be put to the test. You're the one at the top of the list. Let's do it. It doesn't even need a storyline. It doesn't even need a storyline. You could book this in a month. You could book it in 2 months. Have them go at it back and forth, trying to better each other. You know? Put them in a best-of-7 series or something like that. Kurt Angle versus Daniel Bryan needs to happen at WrestleMania 31 if Daniel Bryan is ready to return and is 100%. That's what I want to see. You guys, I know, said Rusev. I see Kurt Angle and Rusev as a step down from a Daniel Bryan-Kurt Angle feud. Okay? I could see Kurt Angle versus Rusev at a SummerSlam, not at WrestleMania. I don't think Rusev is going to be at that level just yet. I want the slow build for Rusev. He's got a lot of work to do to get him to that level. And a Rusev versus Kurt Angle match I see as maybe a SummerSlam co-main event. But when it comes to WrestleMania, Angle, Bryan, WrestleMania, San Francisco. Book it. It needs to happen. Let me know what you guys think about Kurt Angle. One of my favorite guys of all time. One of the best in-ring performers ever. And he's on his way back to the WWE. Not officially. His contract, like I said, is up September 21. His next contract will be his last. Out of his mouth, out of his words, in his own phrases. That's what he said on Jim Ross. He will retire wherever he lands next, and that is it. So obviously, that signifies to me that he's headed back to Stamford, Connecticut, and the WWE. Let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know what your favorite Kurt Angle match is. Let me know who you want to see him go against at WrestleMania. I think Daniel Bryan would be the best choice out of everybody that I named. So let me know what you guys think down below. It's said that many people within the WWE have seen a major ascension, no pun intended, from Renee Young lately. With her recent promotion to commentary on WWE Superstars, there's a feeling that Renee will end up doing commentary for SmackDown and eventually move to Raw. It was reported several months ago that ESPN was interested in hiring her. Regarding possibly leaving the WWE for ESPN, Renee has at least given the impression that she's staying with WWE and has some time left on her WWE deal. Doesn't concern me if Renee Young finds more money and a better offer on ESPN. God bless her. Not many people are fortunate enough to receive such blessings. I wish I could say the same for myself. But whatever Renee Young does, I wish her the best. Obviously, she handles herself very well on TV. She's very enjoyable to look at and watch when she's in her role. So Renee Young, obviously I wish her the best. And it's going to be interesting to see a female announcer on either SmackDown or Raw. I don't think we've ever seen that. on such high-profile shows before, especially with SmackDown and Raw. So it's going to be interesting to see how she handles that role and if she can do a better job than Michael Cole, Jerry Lawler, and JBL. So we'll see about that. So it's going to be interesting to see. Vince McMahon has been very down on Paige, which I've reported here a couple of times, and her promo work, okay? There was some speculation backstage 2 weeks ago at Raw that Paige may have been facing some heat from officials after letting the CM Punk chants catch her off guard during her promo with the returning AJ Lee. While she has been critiqued, there was no heat on Paige for any of that. The reason for that is because Vince feels she's been a dud and has already decided she's too green. At that point, there wasn't much else Paige could do to get heat since Vince had already soured on her character. According to a source, Vince is happy to finally have AJ Lee back, and the Paige experiment did not work, according to Vince. Vince did realize Paige wasn't working out for a while, but wanted AJ to be the one to beat her. So Paige's title run was extended until AJ ultimately returned. So there you got it. The reason why AJ Lee won the Divas Championship back when she did from Paige is because Vince McMahon waited intentionally for AJ to come back and beat Paige for the title that she lost. So there you go. Vince again, obviously, the storyline coming out, Vince playing favorites with his divas and his top superstars in the WWE. As always, John Cena, AJ Lee, Nikki Bella, Brie Bella. It's been reported all over. Vince has his favorites, and it's rather hard for everybody else in the locker room to gain favoritism from Vince when he just overwhelmingly shows favoritism to those certain individuals. It's looking more and more like The Rock won't be able to do WrestleMania 31 next year in San Francisco. Rock will be booked all over the world a few weeks before WrestleMania to promote Fast 7. As noted, the movie was recently pushed up to April 3rd from April 10th. So The Rock potentially, it's not saying that he's not going to be included in any way, but right now, potentially, The Rock could be missing WrestleMania 31. Not going to bother me. I'm not a fan of this current iteration of The Rock. So if he misses it, whatever. WWE has more than enough stars blooming and coming up to take care of WrestleMania. And finally, guys, WWE loaded up on this week's SmackDown on Friday with Rusev versus Roman Reigns and Chris Jericho versus Randy Orton because last Friday's SmackDown did very poor ratings, a rating they already knew would be low because of the Independence Day holiday. So there you got it. If you guys were wondering why they were giving Rusev versus Roman Reigns and Chris Jericho and Randy Orton on SmackDown, it was because they wanted to stack it up and help boost the ratings. That is part 3 for Off the Script, guys. That's all I got this week. Let me know what you think of Kurt Angle. Like I said, leave your comments down below in the comments section. If you did miss parts 1 and 2, links are down below in the description. Chairshot Reality at WrestleZone.com. That is always in the description. Go and check those guys out for CSR this weekend. And Monday Night Raw review. I'm probably going to be doing something immediately following the show, so look forward to that. You guys will see it if these YouTube sub boxes are not broken. But immediately following Raw this week, I should have a review up following the program instead of Tuesday after work. So I won't be home at 7, and you guys won't be getting it around 9. I'll probably get it up for you earlier so you guys can enjoy that throughout the day. So look forward to that. I'm out, guys. Hope you had a great weekend. Thank you for supporting my Off the Script this weekend. I will see you all for Monday Night Raw review. And until then, I'm going to have some loaded potato skins and a nice cold fucking Guinness at TGI Fridays. And hope you guys had a great weekend. Like I said, I'll see you on Monday for Raw. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.